Welcome to BS Report, presented by Capital One. This one, it's our special ESPYs podcast. And this is a guy we've tried to get on for I don't know how many months. I thought it was going to happen in February. It didn't happen. Now it's happening. The off season. Boogie Cousins is here. We're not going to call you DeMarcus. I'm just calling you Boogie.
Right.
So we had John Wall on the podcast in February, and we were talking about the Kentucky generations and whose team would beat what team. And 2010 versus 2012. He took it really personally that anyone thought 2012 would be 2010. But 2012, they won the title, and in 2010, you didn't win the title. So why is 2010 favored over 2012?
I mean, everybody, favors a winner. But when it comes down to it, I don't think there's a team that could beat us.
Really? So, all right, so you against Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
But what are we saying? What age are you in this game? Are you saying so we're saying right now? Right now you guys against right now the 2012 guys.
Now, back then.
Back then.
Whenever.
So the 2010 team in a time machine against the 2012 team, you still think it?
They couldn't beat us.
So what was your starting five? I can't remember.
It was.
You Bledsoe in there, right?
It was John Wall, Eric Bledsoe, Darius Miller / Darnell Dotson.
Right.
Patrick Patterson and myself.
Oof. I forgot about the Patrick Patterson. That was pretty good. And then in 2012, the big guys were?
It was Marcus Teague, Deron Lamb, Darius Miller, Anthony Davis, and Terrence Jones.
You guys were definitely more loaded. But Davis would have to do like a superstar type thing.
Yeah.
Who gets custody of Darius Miller in this matchup?
I don't know. I guess we can give them the
Oh, like you're giving him like a little present because the teams weren't fair.
Darius Miller wasn't the same player in those years, so he was definitely a better player on the championship team.
Why do the Kentucky fans love you so much? They're very protective of you.
I don't know.
Well, what happened? You were only there a year. They loved you.
I was just being myself.
Why do you feel like they understood you more than anybody else?
Well,
something about the relationship.
I mean, I honestly
because you're a complicated guy.
I honestly don't know. Like I said, I was just being myself the whole time, and they loved it.
What's the biggest thing people do not understand about you?
My emotion on the court. They take it as me being some, ticking time bomb or something like that. My main goal every night is to win the game.
Right.
So, you may see where I'm about to pull my hair out, but it's all going back to me winning that game.
So the ticking time bomb thing, you're saying you're just super duper duper competitive.
Absolutely.
And it spills out every once in a while.
Absolutely.
When has it spilled out in a way that you haven't felt like you would have done it over again if you could add a do-over? Has there been a time, or you just feel like every time it's just like, hey, man, that's just how I am?
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been a time where it's just, crazy over the top. I don't think so.
What do your teammates think of it? Do they try to calm you down? Do they try to make sure you channel it?
They know me, so, when they see it, it's not like when, a fan for the first time sees it. So they kind of know how I am, and, they basically know what it's about. They know I'm trying to win the game.
Do you feel like it's something you're getting better at?
Yeah. It may be a time in the game where I make a play or something. I may make a good play, and I'm the same way. I'm hype. I'm over the top.
Right.
Then I make a bad play and be the exact same way. But then it's perceived as negative. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like a lose-lose.
How aware are you of just how people discuss that stuff? Like, do you follow Twitter? Are you checking your replies, all that stuff?
It's kind of hard to ignore.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes straight to your phone. But, I'm aware of it, but, I can't let it really bother me because that's what makes me the player that I am. I play off my emotions.
But at the same time, it seems like you're pretty popular in internet circles. I feel like there's more of a groundswell, people talking about how talented you are, and you're actually underrated for what you had a really big year last year. What was it, like 23 and 12?
Yeah,
something like that? Yeah, every night you were putting up 20 and 10, and you're only 23?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And the team, You were in a really bad conference for you guys because it was loaded.
Yeah.
The Phoenix won 50 games, they didn't even make it. I feel like in the East, you probably make the playoffs, right?
We will have a better chance, yes.
Right. So what happened with Isaiah Thomas? Why didn't they want to keep him?
That's something to do with front office. No, I guess they saw something that we didn't. I don't know. Can't really answer that.
Because it seems like you had him and Rudy Gay
Mm-hmm.
and yourself. 3 guys averaging 20 a game, which hasn't happened for, I don't know, since the 1980s, sometime in the 1980s. I was surprised that they went away from that so quickly. It wasn't like he signed for a ton of money either.
Yeah, well, I guess they have a vision in their mind, and I mean, unfortunately, Isaiah wasn't part of that vision. So,
What was your last conversation with him?
told him congrats.
Yeah.
Happy for him.
Now you get Phoenix. That could be a little rivalry. That's your division.
I'm pretty sure it will be.
He'll have a little chip on his shoulder.
Knowing Isaiah, it will be.
Well, people have been counting him out his whole career.
Absolutely.
He's the 60th pick.
Man, he has an incredible story. So all credit to him.
Can you remember every guy who was picked in front of you in your draft?
Till this day, yes.
Who was it?
John Wall, Evan Turner, Wesley Johnson. No, John Wall, Evan Turner, Derek Favors, Wesley Johnson, and myself.
At what point did you start to take it personally?
I took it personal from day one.
Like I'm talking about as the actual draft's unfolding. You knew John Wall was going to go number 1, your teammate.
Mm-hmm.
So now number 2, do you think you were in the mix for number 2 with Philly?
I mean, even with John being my team, I still believe I deserve to be number 1 pick.
Right. But I mean, going in the draft, you knew they were going to take him. They'd already said they were going to take him.
Yeah. But, I mean, there was no need for Philly to really pass on me, but they did.
At what point, when did the chip start growing on the shoulder?
Through the whole draft process. I mean, you heard what the people had to say. You know, I got a lot of negativity coming through the draft process. It was from me, I'm gonna be the next Oliver Miller to I won't last 2 years in the league to just it was all type of stuff. So I mean, I think I came in with just like all negativity. I wasn't really given a chance coming through the door.
I believed in you.
Well, I appreciate
When
that.
I did my draft diary, Minnesota pasture, I was like, they could have him and Kevin Love. They'd dominate the boards. It would have been 30 rebounds a game combined.
Well,
That was frustrating. That was the one time I could see the other 3. I get it. Like teams draft for need and maybe they don't need a power forward or whatever. In Utah, Favors got some momentum because he was on a bad Georgia Tech team. People started watching the tape. Oh, he's better than he played on that team. But I just feel pretty comfortable going with the guy who put up huge numbers in college. And actually, I feel like on James Young, my team's the Celtics. They got James Young 17th. Like he fell for whatever reason. It was like he was the most consistent player in Kentucky last year. He was playing like 37 minutes a game.
it was.
Averaging 14, 15 a night. He's only 18.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, okay, we'll take him at the 17th pick. Thank you.
Yeah.
But I do feel like the more times teams are on TV and you're in the tournament, you're always on, people are watching you, people are trying to pick apart, and sometimes it can be bad for...
It can be good and bad.
You know
You're
what I
right.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
If you had played on, I don't know, Alabama State, and you just killed it,
Yeah.
and you had huge numbers, and you played in like the Div 2 tournament or whatever, and they're like, oh, DeMarcus Cousins, this guy's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Almost would have been better off. Explain to me the Calipari phenomenon.
What do you mean?
So he comes to recruit you. What happens?
I mean, he really doesn't have to do a lot of talking. I mean, I was a fan of Calipari when he was in Memphis. UAB was in the conference, and I went to a college game when I was younger. And I saw Memphis play. I watched Sean Williams play.
Right. I remember him.
And I was like, I want to be just like that.
Right.
So, I mean, since that day, I mean, I was a fan. So, I mean, it was a rough process getting to that point. I mean, I committed to UAB, decommitted, committed to Memphis.
Oh, I didn't know that part.
I did. I committed with Mike Davis.
That's where you're from, right?
Yes.
So you decommitted? Were they mad?
Nah, it was. I wanted to be able to have in my scholarship where if Mike Davis was to leave, I would be able to as well.
Right.
but they didn't agree to it. So I was really committing to the coach instead of the school.
Yeah.
But they didn't want to agree to that. And so I ended up decommitting. Then I committed to Memphis. Cal left there. Then ended up at Kentucky.
Go ahead, sorry.
But with Cal, he don't really have to say much. I mean, the proof's in the pudding.
And now he seems to have figured out this system where guys stay for one year or two, and for whatever reason they go in the pros, and they're for the most part ready. I mean, I would say he does the best part of preparing professional basketball players of anybody.
I would say that, yes.
So what does he do? When you're in school there, what does he do that prepared you for the NBA?
One thing I gotta give him credit for, he's gonna make you grow up, and I don't know what it is, but he just brings out the best in all his players. I mean, I can name 2 examples with DeAndre Liggins and Patrick Patterson. Before Cal got there, they were top players coming out.
Yeah.
Had huge names, but they kind of had those rough years in the Gillespie era, and stock was down. They kind of went under the rug.
Right.
Calipari came back. Pat game expanded to outside the 3-point line. DeAndre became this phenomenal defender, and I mean, they both made it. And I mean, I believe it's all credit to Cal because he was able to bring that out of him.
Do you feel like your generation and younger, like in my generation, when I was a kid, it was UCLA and John Wooden and those, and then it kind of shifted, and then it became Georgetown and all the Big East teams. Do you feel like for the younger kids, Kentucky is now that team?
I would say so.
Like the cool team?
Absolutely.
Because Jalen's era was Michigan. He'll be the first to tell you. We should call out Jalen, who called in sick for the party. He had like a meeting. We've been talking about this podcast for 6 months. I'm so mad at Jalen. I'm gonna do my best to carry it. But man, we were ready. We were ready for months and months and months. He screams your name on national TV all the time.
I know.
Sacramento, the new owner, Vivek, comes in. First thing he does, commits to you, gives you a big extension, says that they want to build around you. Up to that point, you weren't really sure where you stood. The other owners, they were kind of in, they were out. Who knew? What did that feel like to have your owner just say, coming out of the gate, this is my guy?
I believe that's what every player wants to hear. And just to have your owner, your new owner come in and already show that much trust in you and believe in you that much. I mean, it's a great feeling. So,
what kind of relationship you have with him?
We have a great one. I can call him any time of the night and we can just talk or whatever. So, great relationship. The whole organization, I believe, it's like night and day now. I mean, the difference. So, I definitely like where the organization is going. So we got a bright future.
Well, when you got there, it was about as bad of a situation as it could possibly be. And it wasn't just the owners. Everyone thought the team was leaving.
Man, it was terrible, yeah.
That first, it might have been your rookie year, but there was that game. Everybody thought that was the last home game. Wasn't that your rookie year?
It was that every season.
Right. But there was the one year people were crying in the stands. The announcers were crying. Everybody thought they were gone. And the fans were just fantastic. They just wouldn't lose the team.
That's one thing. I would say we had the best fans in the NBA. Win or loss, they're there, sold out, cheering, screaming. And, they could have gave up on the team when they kept hearing the news that the team was leaving, but they were still there through it all.
What was it like walking through the streets during that time? What were people saying to you?
It was the same thing. We're going to miss you. We hope you guys stay. That city fought for that team. So,
yeah.
And, Mayor Johnson as well. He did so much for that city. He did so much to keep that team there. And, they earned the right to keep that team.
What's it like to play in a small market?
I kind of enjoy it. I feel like you got a better relationship with the city. You know, we're basically the biggest thing in that city.
Yeah.
And we have full support from our community in our city. So, and vice versa. We do so much for that city, and I kind of like it that way.
How many coaches have you had in the NBA? 3?
3.
What's Mike Malone defense oriented?
Absolutely.
Was that an adjustment?
Not really, because I was kind of used to it with Cal. Cal was very similar to Coach Mike Malone, so it wasn't that big of an adjustment.
So what happened to you last year, other than just you getting older and more mature and figuring out the league and all that stuff? Why were you so consistently good last year?
I mean, I had a staff that believed in me, so they actually believed I could do it. They actually believed I could carry that team, and I mean, I think I did a pretty decent job. But I mean, the wins will come, but I feel I did a pretty decent job.
You're going to the ESPYs?
Yes.
Your first ESPYs?
Second.
Second ESPYs. What was the first one?
Last year.
Oh.
Yeah.
This year we have Drake.
I know.
He's fairly famous.
Yeah. It should be a good one.
A lot of NBA players come to this thing. In general, I'm fascinated by the NBA community, and especially you see something like, LeBron when he makes that decision, and the players are weighing in on Twitter and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're following this whole thing, obviously. I mean, you guys aren't a contender yet, but at some point you're hoping to be.
Mm.
What did you think he was going to do?
I thought he would make the best decision for him and his family. So, and in the end, it became Cleveland. But honestly, I really didn't care.
Really? Because you guys used to have some good games against them.
Yeah.
Was it last year? What was the double overtime game? That was
That was
Marcus went off. Yeah, it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I always felt like you guys played well against them and the Lakers with the year before when before he got hurt. But it always seems like the Kings-Lakers was like kind of a secret great rivalry that I don't know if America knows that, but for people who watch basketball on the West Coast,
yeah, absolutely.
That was a good one. You like playing against Kobe?
I do.
Who's your favorite players to play against?
My favorite person to play against? I like playing in the Garden. Yeah. You
meant Madison Square, not Boston.
Yeah, Madison.
Yeah, wait, Madison. See, we're no longer the Boston Garden because we knocked it down.
Yeah.
So you like playing against the Garden, even though the Knicks haven't been really that good since you were in the league.
It's those lights.
Celebrities.
Yeah. It's the lights. Yeah.
So that's number one. What's number two?
Probably Staples.
Celebrities. Although last year was a little depressing. I guess the Clippers were probably the better Staples experience last year. Tell me about going against Duncan.
I mean, the big fundamental. It's going to be a tough night.
Does he talk at all?
No, not at all.
Does he say anything after?
Not at all.
Nothing?
Nothing.
Handshake?
Yeah, I mean...
Just a little fist bump, that's it? Then he goes to work.
Time to get to work, yeah.
Who's the guy that you're like, that guy tonight, I got to have my A+ game?
Toughest guy for me to go against is Al Jefferson. He does not get enough credit in his league. Al Jefferson is the toughest guy.
Drop steps.
Everything.
Little jump hooks.
Whole game. Pump
up and unders.
Yeah. Oh, man. Toughest guy to guard.
The Celtics had him for 4 years until we traded him for KG. And he had it when he was 18. He was just some guys they know what to do down there. And the ball always goes in for him. I was always hoping he'd find the right team. But that's the thing. Sometimes you could be in the league for 10 years and not find the right team. So Al Jefferson, how about Gasol? Although he's a little older now, but he had a little bit of the same like low post stuff, right?
Yeah, he's a tough guy to go match up against as well.
Zebo?
Yes, I would say Zebo as well.
Ooh, you hesitated. Maybe Zebo. You feel like you own Zebo a little bit.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. I mean, Zebo's not the same Zebo he was before,
right.
But I mean, he's still a very tough matchup. But if I had to choose somebody, I'm going with Al.
You played basically center last year, right? And that's a position that's...
I haven't played the 4 since my rookie season.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I don't think people really thought of you as a pure center until last year. Did you think you had an All-NBA chance at all? Because that's usually like the...
I believe I deserved it, but didn't go that way.
All right, so who were the 3 guys that made it over you?
I believe it was Dwight, Joe Kim,
and Al Jefferson, I think, right?
It was Al, yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, the recurring theme here is that it seems like you know the list of everybody who went ahead of you in whatever capacity we're talking about.
Yeah, anybody that thinks better than me, I know who they are, who they think is better than me.
What was your first Dwight? You went against Dwight Howard as a rookie, like when he was at his peak in Orlando. I think that was probably his best season. I'm always amazed. I've sat close to the court a couple times for him. How freaking strong he is, and the way bodies bounce off him. Like, wait, had you ever played against somebody like that?
Nah, never. Can't name anybody like it.
What are you feeling like after a game after playing him?
Oh, I'm fine.
You're not sore?
No.
Any of the bruises?
Not at all.
Is there anybody that you're feeling it the next day after you go against them?
Yes. Marc Gasol and Zebo.
Marc Gasol?
And Zebo, yes. You will,
Oh, the combo of those two
yes.
guys.
You will feel it the next day. Absolutely.
So you were hoping that they were going to get rid of, there was a chance Zebo might leave. You were hoping.
Yeah, break that up.
break those guys up.
Yeah.
Who has dunked on you so far in the first few years? Anybody? Have you ended up in a YouTube clip?
I wouldn't say anything like just crazy, but Blake's dunked on me before.
You don't really like Blake. I've been to a few games. I know you can't really talk about it, but there's definitely something with you guys that I've noticed.
Nah, I don't have a problem with Blake.
No?
Nah.
Well, you wouldn't say if you did, but there's definitely
I
a little
would,
rivalry.
actually.
You would?
I would, actually.
I thought you guys had a little beef, right?
Nah.
Nothing?
Just a little rivalry, but I don't have a problem with Blake.
Didn't you guys almost get in a fight once?
No.
Altercation? Argument?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You sure? I feel like I was at a game where that might have happened.
Nah.
There was some talking?
Probably me and CP, but not me and Blake. I don't have a problem with Blake.
Oh, you're one of the guys who doesn't like. There's a lot of guys who CP kind of bugs them.
Yeah, I dislike CP a lot.
CP does a lot of talking.
I know.
What if you saw him off the court? You'd be okay with him, right? No?
I don't have a problem.
The good news is you're like 12 inches taller than him if you ever have.
I know.
He's like 5'10".
I know. That's usually how it goes. It's the small ones.
Could you play with somebody like that who's just like a chihuahua, just barking at everybody for 3 hours?
Yeah, because I'm the same way.
Oh, so that's why. See, that's why. He's on your corner.
Yeah.
Who's the best point guard you ever played with?
As of right now, I would say John Wall and Eric Bledsoe.
And those guys, I like when they play each other because you could tell Eric Bledsoe's a little perturbed that John Wall was the #1 pick and he fell all the way to 18.
That's one thing about us three. Like, we're the closest of friends, but when we play each other, it's like we're enemies. So it'll always be that way.
Right.
Yeah. That's probably who. If you were to see us play, you would probably be like, those guys hate each other.
Really?
Yeah.
Like when you were practicing in Kentucky and stuff?
Nah, I mean as of right now. Like that's how competitive we are. It's like we hate each other.
So now you have Phoenix with Isaiah, who's gonna have a chip on his shoulder, and Eric Bledsoe, who you gonna get. So those games. So I'm DVRing all those games.
Yeah.
You're gonna be fired up. Yeah. Didn't John Wall lobby for you at one point when it looked like you were gonna be a free agent? Was throwing out some Washington vibes for you?
Yeah, I'm always hearing that.
You're always hearing that. Why are you getting all shy about it?
I'm not getting shy at all.
Yeah. So you've talked about playing with him at some point in your life.
It was brought up at one point.
Right.
But as of right now, it won't happen.
What did you think of him in the playoffs? I felt like he had some growing pains in that Indiana series.
Yeah. I mean, it's his first playoff series. I think they did an incredible job to make it to the second round.
Yeah.
But I mean, of course, it's his first playoffs. I believe he'll come back even better next year, though.
I made the mistake of going on national TV and guaranteeing they were going to win the Indiana series. So I learned a very valuable lesson.
I actually thought they were.
Yeah, I thought they were better.
Yeah.
I thought they had a better team, but
it was just a first-time thing.
Yeah,
so
it was all growing
I believe
pains.
if it happened again, I believe they would pull it up.
They added Paul Pierce.
Mm-hmm.
They re-signed Gortat. They let Ariza go, but they have Otto Porter. We think Otto Porter, at some point, will be fine, right?
I don't really know much about him.
They need him.
Mm-hmm.
They should be in the mix. Nobody in the East is going to run away. Your conference is a little tougher.
Mm-hmm.
You added Stauskas.
Mm-hmm.
McLemore, what's up with him? Because I really like McLemore, and last year he had the typical rookie season. Just
exactly.
deer in the headlights, the whole thing.
Yeah, he's going to be an incredible player. He just got to keep growing. He's going to be a very good player.
I was worried about him coming out of college just because of like his background. Like he had a tough childhood growing up. He was only in college 1 year, goes right to the pros. Did you take him under your wing at all?
Yeah, that's like my little brother. One thing about Ben, he works his tail off. So with that alone, he's gonna be fine. So, but I believe he'll have a better season this year.
And there weren't a lot of shots for him last year.
I know.
You're getting your 18 to 20. Rudy's getting his 18. Isaiah was getting his 15 to 18. So you add it up, and there's, it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I believe he'll have a lot better season this year.
And you guys need an outside shooter, and Stauskas will spread the floor a little. What else did you do? Anything?
We signed Darren Collison.
Oh yeah, that's right. Steve Collison, and then I thought isn't there one more? Who's the other perimeter guy you have?
That's it for right now.
They might still sign somebody.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to trade for Rondo at one point. I thought that was in the mix. That would have been interesting.
You hear a lot of rumors.
I do. Well, I deal in the rumor business. That's what we do. The internet loves rumors.
Yeah. So
Rondo would have been interesting. With the combo, you and Rondo either would have loved each other, or you might not have liked each other that much, and it would have been one or the other.
I don't know why. I don't understand why people think like just because what is it? The personalities that you think won't match or what?
Super competitive guys. Super demanding.
Well,
those people usually they go like this or they go like that.
The same way with Rondo, KG, and Paul Pierce, and they matched perfectly. So
we got a little rocky a couple times.
They won a championship.
They did win a championship, but Rondo was the little brother on that team.
He was still the same guy.
Yeah, I think now that they don't play with each other, I think they probably love each other more than maybe they did a couple of times during that run.
Yeah,
I'm fascinated by Rondo. I think he's really interesting. I think like that's somebody I think could. It's weird, but I think he could coach someday. I think the way he sees everything is super smart. Who do you think's the fastest guy in the league? Is it John Wall?
I don't know.
Westbrook?
I think Ish Smith.
Ish Smith? That wasn't on my list.
Ish is fast as hell.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Tell me about what it's like when Westbrook's in fifth gear.
I mean, it's like a Lamborghini match. Like, he's definitely one of the most explosive guys in the league. So,
who do you think's the best player in the league?
Who I think is the best? Rondo.
Who?
Rajon Rondo.
You think he's the best player in the league?
Yes.
Over LeBron James?
You said, I thought you said point.
Oh, best point.
Point or player?
Best player in the league.
Best player, LeBron.
Second best?
I'm gonna go with Kobe.
Kobe now?
Well, as of right now, it'll be
Kobe's
LeBron.
my age now.
Yeah. As of right now, it'll be LeBron and Kevin Durant, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think Rondo's the best point guard in the league?
Absolutely.
How much of that has to do with the fact that you and Chris Paul don't like each other that much?
Nothing at all.
This is my favorite beef in a while. I love this. You and Chris Paul. But Chris Paul, every team doesn't like him. Well, but he's your Players Association president.
That doesn't mean anything.
He's a complicated guy.
Yeah.
So what's the team that your biggest feud team? The Clips? That's the one you get the most fired up for?
Yeah, I'll probably say the Clippers.
What's the most fun team to play against?
The Clippers. I mean, those games where you get fired up like that, those are the best games for me. I like playing the Warriors as well.
I was gonna say I thought the Warriors seemed like they would be fun because every game
we always have a good game against those guys. So it's always a good game.
So when you came into the league, people wondered if you're gonna be able to stay in shape. That seemed to be a theme with you. When you mentioned the Oliver Miller thing earlier, do you have trouble staying in shape? Because it seems like you're in really good shape.
Not at all.
Yeah. So why did people think that?
I mean, like I said, anything negative they could come up with, they did.
How'd you get the nickname Boogie?
Rod Strickland.
Rod Strickland?
Mm-hmm.
Any reason?
It was the way I played. He said I had a lot of boog in my game, so he started calling me Boogie.
And now you're exclusively Boogie.
Yeah.
And at some point, DeMarcus is just going to go away. It's just going to disappear, and you're just going to be exclusively Boogie.
Yeah, Boogie.
Dude, what do your friends all call you Boogie?
A lot of people call me. I mean, my close friends, they call me by my name, but I'm basically known as Boogie.
What do girls call you?
I don't know.
Give me a prediction for next year.
I think we'll make the playoffs.
Make the playoffs.
Yes. I say 7th, 8th seed.
How many wins is that going to take in the West? Like 48?
48, 50, something like that. It'd be
So
tough.
you need your little brother McLemore to step up.
I need everybody to step up.
You need Stauskas to be good right away.
Yeah, he is. Actually, he's very good right now. So
Stauskas is going to be good right away.
he's very good.
The one guy I really like Alfred Payton, who Orlando got at 10.
I
thought that would have been an interesting pick for you.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Stauskas will be good too. For some reason, just in my head, I like the thought of Payton
I like that
playing
as
for
well.
you.
Yeah.
Because he also doesn't need to score, but I was impressed with the Summer League. Did you watch Summer League?
Yeah, I watched some of it.
I mean, it's kind of like,
I mean, it's
not totally basketball.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to watch sometimes, but I watched a little bit of it.
It's dominated by the point guards.
Mm-hmm.
People look better than they actually are.
Yeah.
The Celtics had this guy, Kedrick Brown, like 10 years ago, who looked like Michael Jordan in Summer League and got everyone fired up and then never made it. And after that, I don't trust Summer League. You did Summer League, though, 1 year, right?
Yeah, 1 year, my first year.
Did you get the ball enough?
Yeah, I got it a lot, actually.
How many possessions, like let's say you don't get the ball 8 times down, you ran every time. Like at some point, do you say something? Or is it just understood? Because you got to take care of the big guy.
Yeah, I would get the ball some type of way.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that.
Because Jacoby, that guy you met when you came in, he's our big guy when we play. I always make sure he gets the ball every couple minutes because if he doesn't, he won't rebound anymore.
Well, that's
And
why
then he
I
starts
like to
staying away in the
rebound.
back.
Like I said, I'll end up with the ball. So
You have to feed the big guy.
I don't really
It's
have
like
to be fed.
it's like a shark. How you have to throw a shark fish every once in a while to make sure they still swim around. That's what the big guy does. All right, so you're going to the ESPYs, second straight year, and you're excited for Drake. Anyone else you excited for?
I'm excited for the humor. The ESPYs is so funny. So I'm ready to laugh.
And it's basically the whole league comes to the ESPYs.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if I see you and Chris Paul, like if anything's escalating, I'm gonna come over and separate you guys.
You won't see that at all.
Boogie, I'm sorry Jalen canceled on us. I tried to carry it my best. Good luck this year. I hope you make it. Good luck with the Vivek era. Good luck in the Western Conference. Good luck with everything. Keep it going. We'll be rooting for you.
All right, thanks.
Please subscribe. All the other channels have more subscribers than us, and that makes us sad. Watch the Grantland channel. Much easier than reading Grantland.